Welcome everybody. It's January the 12th, 2012, and normally I will tell you, let's have our coffee, and I'll take a sip of coffee. There'll be no sipping in this video, and for good reason. You know, I get a lot of comments and a lot of messages, and I read them, and if you follow my channel, you know, I'm not quick to judge, but I know when something is wrong. And I will often tell a viewer that leaves a comment, you're not going to take me to school. I'll look around and I watch what others are doing on YouTube and Christians, and I will see someone putting out a lie, purposely perpetuating a lie, and Christian viewers, knowing it's untrue, they will, nonetheless, they will follow that lie. And it doesn't make me angry. I get frustrated. I get frustrated at comments, but this time, Pastor Dave has been taken to school and given a spanking, and with just cause. My eyes have been opened to something that I think so many of us here, our eyes are closed. There's a war raging. We're waiting right now. We're watching the Middle East. We're watching any moment for war to break out between the United States, Israel, and Iran. We've got troops now on the ground, American soldiers on the ground in Israel, and we see the tensions in Syria and Russia, and we're waiting for a world war to break out when right in our own backyard there's a major war going on. Now, I did a video a few days ago, and I was left a comment, and I don't get angry right off the bat if someone scolds me. I take a deep, long look, and I don't pass judgment. I just take a deep, long look, and justly so, my eyes have been opened up. I'm going to read this comment. I'm not going to give the person's YouTube name. I did a video on the NDAA and how I found a report where, I guess, coming from underground militias in the United States, they were going to rise up against the government, and I was left this comment, and let me read it. This is what took me to school and why I'm doing this video. Before this is all over, you will wish you had a militia to turn to for help. Mexican drug cartels are beheading, skinning heads, they're scalping people, and they're stitching the scalp to soccer balls, and they're dripping acid. And that's the stuff that I can mention. What's going on is so bad that it's difficult at best to even talk about the reality of a war going on in our own backyard while we're doing what we should. We're watching signs for Bible prophecy. We're watching what's going on in the Middle East. And we're waiting for a war to break out when there's a war going on in our own backyard. And this person goes on to give two websites. I'm going to put these links below. It's borderlandbeat.com and the other website. There's many websites out there. M3Report WorldPress.com. And I'm going to link you to both of these websites. These are the two best I have seen on the U.S.-Mexican drug cartel war that is happening while you sip your coffee. Well, let me tell you, you are absolutely right, and there'll be no coffee sipping. We, the American citizens, we need to know what's really going on, and that's what I come here for. I try to bring you the truth and reality of what is really taking place in the world today, and there's a war. There's a war in your own backyard. There's a war in your own backyard. I'm going to link you to these websites. We've got Canadian tourists going to Mexico, and they're being murdered, they're being beheaded, they're being scalped, their bodies are being found, they're being killed. We need to know what's going on with this U.S.-Mexican drug cartel war, and I don't see a lot of it on YouTube here. I see video upon video on every topic you can think of, but this is very important. We're looking for a war. You got a war. You want a war? You got a war. Wake up. Don't sip your coffee. Put your coffee cup down and open your eyes to reality. There's a war raging in our own backyard. People are being murdered. They're being scalped. They're being beheaded. They're having acid poured on them. The links will be below. Real quick, I'll just take you, if I can, to borderlandbeat.com. And I have linked the other website as well. How safe is Mexico for tourists? And that's what I get on the headline, and it's terrible. After the violent deaths of 2 Canadians in Mexico, tourists are asking if the country is safe to visit. Covered bodies are seen lying on a street next to the beach at the Mexican resort of Acapulco. 2 men were shot dead by unidentified gunmen, according to local media. And it goes on to tell the atrocities, the murders, the beheadings going on in our own war. U.S.-Mexican drug cartel war. It's in our own backyard. I'm going to warn you, these links, they will be below in the description box. You need to click on them. You need to see what's going on, the reality. And they are very, very graphic. But it'll do what it did. It'll take you to school. We'll have our coffee in the next video, but we're not sipping any coffee right now. Wake up, America. I just bring you the truth. Leave me comments. God bless, and thank you. Thank you to the viewer who I now have subscribed to. Thank you for taking me to school and waking me up to the reality. We have a war. It's right here. God bless everyone.